I think it's very keepable. We have our third turn and our fourth turn already figured out. We have a trigger for that guy.
Uh,
Make him a little
with
bit.
a minimal amount of card draw built in.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe a better trigger for that guy. Because the nice thing about that is if you play the ordeal on him, he's already at 2 and you're adding a third. So you're attacking and getting the lightning bolt.
Sure.
Which by the time he comes out, we may really need, because we might have something that we're trying to kill.
Sure.
And blue doesn't always have the highest toughness, except for that Wave Crash Triton, which I'm sure he's playing right now. That would be a great target for the ordeal. So, see whether he wants to trade, which he shouldn't. But every once in a while, people make mistakes. That lets us get the early lead. He'll attack in, but then be untapping with a 4-3. Does he have a follow-up?
And his follow-up is?
That's an unfortunate card. It allows him to make copies of a creature.
That's bullshit.
Yep, it is. And it's a rare, so it might be appropriate power level for
what it is.
Yeah, what it is. But 3/4, unfortunately, gets past our ordeal. Now, is it? Go down the bell. That's a copy of another target creature, so you can't copy himself. And he'd have to attack in, at which point we could double block on him. And I think he realizes that and doesn't want that to happen. So he's not going to get Inspired Trigger there yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an interesting addition as well. Now he is pretty heavy blue, so he could have some sort of bounce spell. We could have that, which, grand scheme of things, isn't that bad. Probably want to Dragon's Mail him. Ooh, now that's a good answer to him, so I think I do want to attack in.
That dude is a 6/6?
Yep.
How?
He got targeted twice.
You can +2/+2 every time or something?
Yep.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. I agree. I wish we were on 7 mana, because we're so close to being able to, like, fall of the hammer whatever he's blocking with. Maybe even, he's at 10 life. If he spends all of his mana playing something, please do it, please do it. Tap out for something big.
You can just get rid of all your blue.
That does not please me.
Yeah, but now he's drawing. He's like looking at cards, right?
Right.
Doesn't let him draw. Which is a shame. No, put more cards in his hand. He'll be more inclined to spend all that money he's got built up over there.
If he enchanted something, or I mean, basically it's putting us in a place where we have to decide whether we want to go big or go home. Okay. If we don't think he has an answer, I can Fall of the Hammer his Omen Speaker with this guy, making him into an 8/8 and attacking for 10.
Right.
If we do think he has an answer, I can follow the hammer this guy, killing his only dangerous creature, attack in with an 8/8 that he probably will block. He'll untap with a 4/3 and set him up for either attacking and us blocking and attacking back in. It's just whether or not we want to go for the win right this moment.
He's got 3 cards.
Right,
He has 2 blue mana and 1 colorless mana, which is exactly counterspell.
right. I could try for the fall of the hammer.
I guess the thing is that the counter is either going to be there or it's not.
Right,
More turns will not make it less likely to be in his hand.
right. So I do this and do this. We can see maybe he'll even concede.
And Death Touch from Blue Red Source.
And he conceded.
Yep.
See, and that is another place where you're an idiot to do it, because we now have an 8/8 and a 2/2. I probably am going to attack in with both of them, but I was thinking maybe I'll play my Dragon's Mantle and pump him up to a 10/10 and leave this guy back, and it wasn't clear cut, just go for it.
Right.
And by conceding, he told us.
He completely eliminated any possibility.
Yep, he told us that's what we needed to do. Okay. Run it back. More of the same.
It seemed to work pretty well.
Okay.
I didn't see anything where I was like, we should have been playing this.
Right.
Huh.
That we have to mulligan. And that will keep, and I won't be happy. But if we draw a mountain, I'll probably be happy.
You'll be happy enough. Huh.
I'm happy enough. Because now we're... Okay, so we're not attacking yet. But I can still draw a card and still make it into a 2/2 with fire breathing.
Bob would be so proud.
Yes. That's fire breathing bear.
Yep, right there.
Yep. And then next turn I could follow the hammer something, potentially, and grow it another +1/+1, or if I don't have to use it yet, I'd wait and try to get more bonus from it.
And what do we get? Flame Speaker Adapt.
So if I fall of the hammer on the Flame Speaker Adept, it will
Kick it up to a
trigger
3/3.
first, and I can kill it. And that's probably what I want to do. That onto that. Go ahead. Kill your blocker. Attack with my fire breathing bear that's slowly becoming something more important.
Now it's a fire breathing hill giant.
Yep. So bounce.
So what's a 4/4, John?
4/4. I don't know, what is the most basic 4/4s. Like air elemental, if it had flying, would be the one that you.
Is there an elephant or something that has? That's a 4/4. It seems like that would be like the next step up.
Right, but
although I'm not sure.
Thinking back to the core set, like the closest there was fire elemental, but I think that was a 5/4.
That was a 5/4, yeah.
Was there earth elemental? Was that a 4/5?
Yeah, I think so. 17-17. Earth Elemental may not enter the battlefield unless you control the Earth.
That's asking a lot.
You're asking a lot.
So our staunch-hearted warrior will become a 6/6 if it doesn't
Die immediately.
die immediately. Yep. And it didn't. It just can't block.
That's what the arena athlete does.
Yes, its heroic trigger is target creature can't block. I think I want to play this still. The
All right. I won't fight you on it.
6 instead of 6. It is kind of, I guess, putting all the eggs in one basket, but he may count on getting 6 next turn and not count on getting a little extra. Do we have something out? No, we don't want another forest. Bottom.
If we still had that heroic creature, we might have.
Yeah.
Not that we have any triggers for it at this point, but we would have been playing differently.
Yes. If we still had that hero sticking around. So best case scenario, he attacks and uses
Pumps it for 3.
Yeah. Goes really all in.
That seems like a very specific amount that he didn't use. Yes. Ooh.
Okay, but that creature can't. Dang it.
What?
We can deal 10.
Uh-huh.
And he has 11. And on the crackback, we know he would have 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. And there's a decent chance he'll have more.
If he gets another mountain, he'd have 9. He'd still be 1 short.
Yeah.
If he was just on the... If he has any sort of burn spell, we're more out of luck. But I guess the flip side of it is if he doesn't have any of that, then he has to leave something back to block.
Right.
And he has to respect the fact that we have 2 cards and could trigger heroic at instant speed.
Yeah. Oh, there's a decent chance that
he jumps.
Yeah. Just because it's like, it doesn't take much for that staunch-hearted warrior to suddenly be doing lethal on his own.
Right.
I mean, one of those.
Ooh, I like that even more. Take 6. Lose your flyer.
And
now if you have...
He could have something really badass.
Yeah. And he could have a series of blockers.
Yeah.
That he just chumps and chumps and chumps.
Okay.
5 mana.
There's a lot of things for 5 mana in this set.
Yeah. Could have the bestow creature that gives this guy flying, which wouldn't really help him in this situation. He might be considering playing a bestow creature, but realizing that then he would have to keep his creature back to block, so he might attack with this guy and then play the creature for the non-bestow cost just to chump.
Sure. Do.
It's fun to try to think what your opponent's going through. I love the fact that we have 2 cards in hand that are meaningless because our opponent is trying to think of all the...
What can we do with 1 red, One red, one white. Well, one green mana and one red or
Or
white.
white. Yep.
The answer is there's a fair amount of stuff.
Hmm.
I mean, nothing. But you don't know that.
I'm sure the opponent is also saying,
Go big or go home.
why are they playing with white?
Ooh.
Okay, that wins it. I think. Or do they not get the trigger? They don't get the trigger.
No, it's not their creature.
Oh, but that still wins it.
Because he can pump it.
Yep. Oh, Xaxes. That time to feed would have been
Just a little sooner.
Yep. Really nice. Okay. Have we seen anything else that has one toughness other than the arena athlete? We saw
Not really, no.
Craig the Butcher.
Mist form spirit. Mist spirit or whatever it is. The 2/1 flyer that can't block except for flyers.
Right. Is there anything I would rather? I mean, in the case that we just had there, it would have been awesome to be able to kill it. Maybe instead of the reap what is sown, take out the variance of us drawing it and not having the one land that can cast it,
Yeah.
and give us just.
So you may as well take out the temple too.
Right. I mean, we could play it for the
scry.
Yeah, for the plus side.
But I guess we're putting in a Spark Jolt, which has scry.
Right.
So we aren't really.
Let's see. What's a situation where Temple's bad? If we draw it and it's like our third land and we need to be able to play
Right.
a 3-mana creature. If we get it early,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. If we get it late, it probably doesn't matter.
I don't think the one scry is worth it.
It probably isn't. Okay. Play first, yes. And I would prefer if I had some way to trigger my hero, but that is not a hand I would send back. I've been burned too many times.
And it begins.
So, to me, this turn right here is really pivotal. Okay, yeah. Because if you didn't have a creature there, I was thinking we'd have a good chance of being able to attack in with that and not have to trade off. I'm going to go ahead and attack with this because I think he'll have a heroic trigger. He may. I didn't go for the block. If he has a heroic trigger, we wouldn't be able to block anyway. If he doesn't, then I probably should have kept it back. But
Oh, good God.
Yep. This is the game we're playing now. But he didn't have a 3-drop. And he dissolve, nullify. Same diff.
Huh. That's annoying.
Now here's the one plus side I could say to the hand we have right now. Oh, God.
We really should have mulliganed.
If we drew a
Who knew?
well, yeah, you never know that you're going to draw 4 land in a row after you already have 5 land in hand.
So the upside is that if we get anything which can target this thing,
right, then
we can blow it up like a balloon.
Yeah, we can grow it a ton. But we're also getting to this dangerous point where
he's going to kill us before we can do anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's annoying.
And I almost think I have to block because I can't take 2 a turn and then suddenly have the trigger when we don't have. I mean, if we only have 1 blocker out and he makes it unblockable, we're shit out of luck. That's not a bad draw. Because if he takes 5 damage and we're even on life totals and we have a creature that can trade with his Minotaur. But you just think that his 5 cards have got to be better than our 3.
I would think. Because our 3 are terrible.
Yes. But he didn't play anything.
Yeah, well, that's something.
Mm-hmm. Not attacking.
Man, if we could pull that 4/4 thing. +4/+4.
Yeah.
Whoa, that ain't good.
Must be blocked. I think it has to be blocked by all creatures if it's blocked. Can't be blocked unless all creatures defending player controls block.
Tromokratis.
Foil legendary Kraken.
Wait, if I just wait, then either they have to take 8. Yep.
Just can't decide. Okay, so we'll be able to kill the Chromotratus, but he's going to wipe our board in the process. If he doesn't have some other combat trick.
Or counterspell.
Right.
But we can't target it, right? Because it's hexproof.
Hexproof unless it's attacking or blocking.
Ah, okay.
The other thing we could do is let it through.
Okay.
And put all our chips on our +4/+4.
Oh, dude.
Okay.
Pretty sure we just lost.
Now we can't even do that. What we can do is this, dealing to this. It's not the play I want. This next one, he can either give me a 5/5 or take the damage. But even if he gives us a 3/3, he would be able to block that. Yeah, we're not going to win this one.
Well, that big Kraken's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm telling you, John, those I steal your card things.
Well, it's good against us because we had no army.
I have noticed it is good an awful lot of the time when we've been playing in any of these formats.
Yeah, no, there are definite times where you can sneak in a victory from it. That would have been a great card to draw. That would have been an awful card to draw.
Oh well.
Yep.
These things happen.
Didn't expect to draw 5 land after having 5 in our hand.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just so far behind on
Board state.
board state and card advantage. Like he had a handful of cards that did something, and we had more land for the nothing that we had to cast.
Yep. Oh well.
Yep. Well, it was close. We came within a game of making it to the finals, and I guess we'll take that. Moto didn't crash, so
Yeah, good for them.
yeah. Yay! And we'll see you next week.
Yep.